Testing. Right. Okay. Being with technology and everything like that, I've got something prepared. Hello. Calm down, mother. Deary me. So, as always, I have something prepared. Bollocks. Right. Okay. So, this is only. Don't need them. From the heart.
Come closer. Turn it up.
Megan. Megan, he's all right.
No, they can't hear you.
All right.
Hear the back.
Stand up then!
Like I say, you can't really follow what we just had, and I am still dripping. But, Megan, you are the centre of attraction. You are absolutely stunning. And that, I mean. We've had many, many special moments in our life together, have we not? And I know there'll be many, many more special moments. Because she's my daughter. And that's all you really need to say. There was a time.
I'm trying not to. I paid a lot of money for this makeup.
There was a time that a lovely mother, who does look quite nice today. She looks lovely as well, but not as good as my daughter. There was a time that you'd leave me with responsibility on a Friday night. So, of course, a Friday night meant Friday night TV.
Shooting stars.
Which you got the education for life. With shows like Bottom, which was pretty good, and, of course, the one and only Shooting Stars. Bravo. The dove from above. But, unfortunately, I'm just a dad. And really, granddads take the biscuit, don't they? They always have the day. There was a time that Knocker, God rest him, took Megan to Birdwell for the day. She was, I don't know, 5, 6?
No, maybe a little.
Maybe 4?
No, 7 all right.
So she had a lovely time at Birdwell. But of course, Knocker being Knocker, we ended up at Tiffany's. And there's not many 6-year-old young ladies that spend the evening at Tiffany's.
A strip joint.
So,
Yeah, he did.
once again, short and sweet, I hope, I'd like you to raise the glasses to my beautiful daughter and the one she loves, Paul. Next.
Go on, Megan. Go on, Megan.
Fucking show off over here.
Oh, God. Massive
Oh, deep breath.
Yep, I'm on it.
You're gonna cry.
You should be amazed.
Speak fast. Shit, it's pretty long. That's fucking long.
This is 6 pages.
It's alright.
It's got 6 pages.
It's not long, it's not long, it's not long. I'll smash through it, I promise.
He'll do it fast.
Powerful.
I'll give it to him.
can't breathe.
It's alright, I'm on it. Okay, it's not that long, I promise.
It's got 3 pages.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I'll smash through it. Is this
We'll be here all afternoon. It's already on.
It's not on. Hello, hello.
Hello. Yes.
I'll try and smash through it as fast as possible, I promise. So a quick one, thank you all for coming. It has been an amazing day. It's been stunning. I can't believe we're doing the speeches so quickly after those singing waiters. I think the only way I can follow it is by telling them that I asked Christy actually how they were working, and she said, oh, they're pretty shit. They're not doing any washing up or anything, so they might be able to sing, but they are rubbish. So we're decent. We're all right for following them, you know. We're good. We're good.
You doing the washing up?
Yeah, Megan's doing that later. Oh, is that divorce already? So April the 10th, 2018, not a day that has any significance to anybody, but that is the day I started writing this speech. Genuinely, I started writing it as I was getting closer to 40, and I didn't want to forget all the good things. For all I knew, this day was 20 years away. However, because we had just been to Matt and Amy's wedding the weekend previous, and despite all the weddings we had been to before, this was the one that Megan got wedding broody. It helped. I could only make a flying visit because Aria had chickenpox, so Megs had to amuse herself trying to convince the DJ to play the Grease 2 soundtrack. That and the revelation that Matt's best man still fancied her made her like a giddy little teenager. So telling me she wanted to marry me that day wasn't just a Prosecco talking, she meant it. I had to email this speech to the Gosneys to get an official seal of approval because amazingly Megan didn't want me doing the speech as you think you're funny and you're not. But I say no matter how bad the jokes, you lot are going to laugh. After all, it's the only part of the wedding where I get a say in what happens. Well, I say that. So very early on, we decided we were going to get hitched. I put my wedding table names idea across to Megan and her boss. And they both... I haven't turned off. Hello. And they both approved. Granted, lockdown lasted 4 months longer, but I still got to name them after Liverpool legends past and present. The hardcore Man United fans will notice that you are on Salah and Virgil's table, which is as close as you are going to get to greatness for a very long time.
Mo Salah!
Testing, thank you. And the Lego, every table's got... No, that was Megan's idea.
That was back in 2018, mate.
No, only one table's got Lego, sorry. You're all supposed to have it. Definitely Megan's idea. 13 has oddly been a lucky number for us, and you may notice a running theme in this speech. So the fact that because of coronavirus, our wedding had to be postponed a year, so it now happens during our 13th year together, isn't a major coincidence. I would like to thank Annette and Paul. Pretty much everything over the last decade and a bit. Without you guys, none of this would have been possible.
They're unbelievable.
How many other in-laws build a pub in their garden so they can host every imaginable party?
Just shout, Paul.
Hello?
Hello? Megan, you know what I mean?
Go on, mate.
It's on.
Just
It looks like it's on.
Oh, you don't
Hello?
have to shout.
Shouting it.
Just shout.
The bridesmaids and cutest flower girls, Mia, Aria.
Hello. Oh, hello. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Hayley and Grace, Charlotte, Layla, Ellis and Maisie. You guys were amazing today. It was phenomenal to see you. My best men and groomsmen, Dave, Dan, Aaron, Jay, and my little security guard, Alfie.
Your only child.
My only child, Alfie. Dave arranged a mega trip to Butlins for 15 of us for a stag do. We came back with a full complement, which was quite surprising. Jay got a whole new wardrobe, possibly wearing a bra or two today.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
Susie, for having the good grace to move to Turkey, opening your door and renovating the Batcave, so that not only us, but a good 60% of the people in this room could have a decent holiday. A little present for you, Susie. Open at the end so I can speed through it, yeah? Everybody has travelled from far and wide, especially the Americans. And finally, my beautiful wife, Megan. I kind of don't want to swear, but fuck me. You looked outstanding. When you walked down that aisle, I don't think I'll ever forget that. I swear to God. Never. I've literally written wing it. I don't need to wing it. I do need to wing it. You're a bit like...
solar hat-trick.
Wow.
Running down that wing,
Outstanding.
Megan Breakspin!
Shut up.
You're so in trouble.
You are my world, my absolute rock. For all the good and bad times, you have always been the one constant. You are so loving, loyal and hardworking. Also, a great maths teacher. I've learnt more from her than I ever did at school. Without you, I would not be the man I am today. I feel I am now an accomplished cook and a decent house husband. I still can't see invisible dirt, and nothing is ever Megan clean. But I'm getting closer. Randomly, we met via Facebook when you could log into it and not be bombarded by Wish offering up the very latest in electronic spider catchers. Megan added me one day. I had no idea who she was, so I asked her, and she said, "Didn't we spend the whole night chatting on Saturday?" Which at the time sounded like something I could have done. Turns out she was chatting to some other guy called Paul. She thought he was me because we had a lot of mutual friends. So... To the old Paul! To the useless Paul, yeah! As she was from Aldershot, I believe my romantic words to her were along the lines of, "Well, you are from Aldershot, we are bound to bump into each other soon, and you're pretty fit."
That's about right.
From there, our romance blossomed. We met in the flesh about a month later, and we had our first kiss around a month after that. I remember it well, because Megan at 19, she was a talker. Yabba, yabba, yabba. It was non-stop. I had stopped listening. All I could think of was, I wonder if she will shut up if I kiss her. So I did. And she did. We had a first kiss so she would stop talking. I never told her this, so that I could see her face today when I told everyone. We started officially dating in September, and in December became Facebook official. During our first Christmas together, we visited Number 7, and Emily and Hannah's words to me were, as I was leaving, were, "Nice to have met you, shame you won't be around next year." Don't think I forget anything, ever. Yeah, right back at you, Chris. I'll count on that. Mia came along quite quickly, just under a year later. She was so good. We thought we had sussed parenting. It was so easy. She slept from 8 weeks all night, barely winced. Even when I burnt her arm, she fell asleep. She was a dream. The ultimate baby. But that was only because we were amazing parents. Obviously. So we figured we would have another. Oh, Alfie. Born on the 13th day in August in the 13th year of the millennium, the books I could write about you. He very quickly became known as Hurricane Alfie. Although only a baby, he lived by the motto, sleeping is for the weak. He cried that he couldn't roll over, figured that out, and cried because he couldn't crawl. Figured that out, cried daily because he wanted to stand. He got to stand, he wanted to walk. Finally, he learnt to walk, and he cried because he couldn't run. My God, that boy was hard. Definitely our last child. And then out popped Daria. As an early Christmas present in 2016. Turns out Alfie was just a dry run, and Aria also wanted to see if death by tiredness was a real thing. By the third, you basically don't care about all the things you cared about before. The first child shouldn't eat anything from the floor. The third eats a week-old lolly she found under the sofa. Instead of yanking it out of her mouth, you are just grateful that floor is a little bit cleaner. Still, she wasn't smashing her head against the cot like Alfie did, so he could shut the bedroom door knowing she wasn't going to inflict any serious damage. The first time they all slept through the night, when Aria was about 8 months old, we both woke up in a weird translucent panic. The things that fly through your head until you realise they are all still asleep is unreal. These three are our gifts to the world. And without you, my beautiful wife, these wouldn't have happened. And I am eternally grateful to have been given a chance to be in and influence their lives alongside you. Well, a token 10% influence while you do all the bad cop stuff. We got engaged in London. There was a saxophone playing. It felt like there was no one else around, but because Megan doesn't like being centre of attention, instead of getting down on one knee, I just hugged her close on the riverbank and asked her if she would marry me one day. Today. So many of you guys got married before us, and after each wedding I felt inspired to look at venues and gather ideas from each one and dream about how I wanted our wedding to look. I then left it all to Megan, because, well, she's brilliant. However, I think the biggest thing we can take from it all is that we know how to party. Whether it's a wedding, Halloween, Christmas, gender reveal, Hot O'Clock. This family and extended family just know. There is a party animal inside every single one of you, even Breeder. And I fully expect the dance floor to feel yet again when Come On Eileen is whacked up later on tonight. So although I've been in it for over 13 years now, testing, to officially claim I'm one of you is a great feeling for me. And I feel honoured to have been in your clan for as long as I have and now forevermore. It has been an amazing ride. Long may it continue. If you could all stand and raise your glasses. Not you. To join me in a toast to my new beautiful bride,
So well.
Megan.
Don't ever tell Paul to rush his feet again.
Now, unfortunately, I've got to hand over to the reins to two people who shouldn't really be trusted with a microphone. My idiot best men.
Good evening, ladies and gents. It has been mentioned already, I don't entirely know how to follow the singing waiter, but I'm going to give it a go. Ad-libbing slightly off script, that is the first time in the 25 plus years that I've known Paul that I've ever seen him cry. So I'm incredibly impressed with that speech, mate. I'm incredibly touched. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to raise a glass again to my best mate, Mr. Paul Spiller. Right, so good afternoon. Those of you that don't know me, my name's Dan. Like I say, I have known Paul for a very long time. I'm one of Paul's two best men for today. I'm the crude, inappropriate, say things I shouldn't kind of shit for brains one. So those of you with kids, I'm really, really sorry. I've only got a short speech, and it was vetted by Megan and Paul, so it is very, very short. I'll take. Hello. There we go. I'm sorry, videographer, you've lost that, mate.
Sorry, I got back up.
Fine. DJ, your microphone's shit. Yeah, like I say, so my speech was vetted by Paul and Megan previously, so it is only short. Welcome, pleasure, and it is a good night, thanks.
Let's get drinking.
Yeah, so on behalf of the bridesmaids and groomsmen, I'll start sincerely. I would like to thank Paul and Megan for having us all as part of your really, really important special day. It's meant a lot to us. I think we can all agree that today has been a wonderful day. It's clear to see that a lot of time, hard work and effort has really, really gone into today. So Megan's put loads of effort in today, and Paul, well, I'm saying just yes. Your marriage is going to last a hell of a lot longer because of that. Paul, like I said, I've known you for sort of more than 25 years now. I'd like to think I'm well qualified to have an opinion on you and the things that you've done, and talk about you as a man, the guy that you are, the guy that I've grown up with. I can honestly say that Paul is one of my best friends. He's one of the funniest guys I know. He's one of the most charming men I know. Suave, sophisticated. Can you read that last bit, mate? I can't read your writing.
I was going to say, who are you talking about?
I'd also at this point like to introduce my second best man, Mr. David Gosney, MBE. The reason I mention Dave is because without Dave's input and tactical military skills, the stag do wouldn't have happened because I'm shit at organising my own life. So, trying to organise 15 lads into a group that could do anything, capable of anything, including Jay, and we've all met Jay.
You still haven't got hands on.
No, really not. So, congratulations, Dave. Well done for that, and I'm sure Paul will appreciate every effort you put in because I was less than useless.
Correct.
After so many years of friendships, I'm sure you were all sitting there thinking, well, this guy's got loads of stories and loads of jokes and loads of stuff to tell you about, Paul. I wish that was only the case, but do you know what? While I was thinking about it, and I was sitting writing the speech, I thought, I've got nothing. The guy is whiter than white. Every time that we went out, I was the liability. Not him.
Yeah.
He was the one that came out with a clean record.
Yeah.
I've got nothing.
No, come on, Dan.
However,
You're a
liar.
Dan, he was a pain in the arse.
However, that being said, I'm sure his parents wouldn't agree.
No,
Mr. and Mrs. Phillips sat to my
he was a
left.
pain in the arse. Parties on the Saturday.
Right, seeing as you've mentioned it, Martin, Paul's parties were legendary.
Legend.
As teenagers growing up, if you didn't go to a Spiller party, you didn't go to a party. In fact, I had the unfortunate pleasure of meeting my ex at Paul's party.
Yeah.
The only upside to that is she gave me 2 beautiful children, however, she's a horrible.
Wait, yeah.
She's not here, I can say that, it's fine. You don't know her.
Yeah, exactly.
They were some of the most epic parties that we've ever been to. They included a lengthy list of house rules.
Yeah.
Often off the back of Paul's awful humour, and those of you that know Paul know how bad his humour is.
No section, parents' bedroom.
There was quite often parties that were left with missing eyebrows, various house damage, the occasional piece of, I'm not going to go into it, and many teenagers hung over in your house, which your parents delightfully had to turn up to the next morning to parties that you've not been agreed to.
No.
To find bodies strewn all across your house.
That's my favourite answer.
It was always a treat when Mum and Dad got home and there were people sometimes not, but there's kids, so I can't go into more. But as we got older and those house parties subsided and we got a little bit wiser, some of us got wiser, they turned into nights out in bars and clubs. And we developed a really, really strong unit, a really strong group of friends. I know this isn't a traditional best man speech, by the way, because it's supposed to be funny and entertaining, and I'm really not. But those nights out developed into what we see sitting there today. There became a point where we started going out, and after Paul met Megan for the first time, it stopped being a lads' night out. It started becoming we should go to the Funky to meet Megan. No, Paul, we're going to go, no, we should go to the Funky to meet Megan, because that's where Megan is. Nobody cares, Paul. No, but I'm going there anyway.
It's true.
Everybody loves Funky. Any order shots in?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Right, everybody of that age all love the Funky.
No, mate.
Especially if you're in love with the bird. Fucking happen to work there most of the time. Luckily for him, she's actually quite nice, and we actually really quite liked her, but we couldn't tell him that at the time because we think he's a dick.
Yeah. Well, woo!
And to be quite honest, I can't believe that she's put up with you for so long, mate. given how long I've known you. Since Megan has come up in my speech, I would really like to take a moment just to appreciate, and I'm sure you will all back me up on this, how amazing Megan looks today. So just for one split second, would you please take a moment, raise your glass, clap your hands, and give a big cheer to your new bride, Mrs. Megan Spinner. Megs, I know there's nothing I can tell you about Paul. There's nothing that I can embarrass him with. You know everything, warts and all. I've got nothing, right? I've got nothing. However, I'm surprised you haven't murdered him yet.
There you go, mate.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
And I know the dirties. Anyway, for those of you most surprising that don't know me, I'm not a huge fan of public speaking, so I have kept it deliberately short. But I do want to end on some note of sincerity, Paul. We've been friends for a very long time. I do have the pleasure of having known you as a child, as a man, now as parents. You've been with me, alongside me, through some of my toughest moments in life. You've entrusted me, the pair of you have entrusted me and my wife to be godparents to yours. And that's a huge privilege and a huge honour for me. And for that, I am truly grateful, and I would love to say thank you to you. And like I say, not a traditional best man speech, not silly funny, not filling in loads of blanks, but I will hand you over to my partner in
Go on, Dave.
Best Men Duties, Mr. David Gosney, MBE!
Go on, Rodney.
Thank you, Dan.
Fucking well done, mate. Let's go another one. Well
done!
Well done. Let's have a round of applause for Dan, please. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who don't know me, I am Dave. And as Paul said at the beginning, there are two of us, and I'm second best. Yep. So, before I start, I've been asked by the Spillers to say a few thank yous. So firstly, a big thank you to all of you for attending today, travelling far and wide and actually turning up. And second, thank you for everybody that's helped out today. As a direct thank you, Dave, for sorting out, organising and delivering the bride today. Thank you.
this was another surprise.
Yeah, that was a total lie.
Paul Longy for looking extremely good as a chauffeur and delivering the bridesmaids, and how beautiful do the bridesmaids look, by the way. The bar staff, the DJ, everybody that works here, the singing guy that was really cool and made it really bad. So on behalf of Mr. and Mrs. Spiller, I'd like us all just to give a round of applause for everybody that's helped out today to make today happen, and yourselves. So it's only right that I start with the congratulations to Paul and Megan for becoming newlyweds. Congratulations, Guy. Megan, you look absolutely beautiful. Paul, we managed to get you some new pants for tonight, and you don't look too bad, mate. So, how did me and Paul meet? Well, it's a bit of a love story, and the love story goes, boy meets girl. I meet Hayley, bridesmaid on the end. Hayley introduces me to Paul and Megan, we become best friends. Simples. From this, though, it's a 12-year journey that has led to where we are today. We've enjoyed many a party, many a night out, many a escape room, and many food adventures. And if you're not aware, Paul is a bit of a legend at organising weekends away, adventures, and escape rooms. So I'm just going to read out a couple that have stuck to me as a pal. So the first one then is our Readingless Bottomless Brunch. We took full advantage of the bottomless brunch, by the way. The drinks were flowing, and before we knew it, we were screaming our hearts out to the Spice Girls. Once we realised what was going on, me and Paul checked around the room, and we were the only two men in there, and boy did we dominate that singing. So thank you, Paul. And then the second one was Paul and Megan's 10-year anniversary. Paul, I've got a note written here, set reminder on phone for 1 year today. So we descended to Bournemouth, and Paul had booked us into the smallest, dingiest, darkest and strangest restaurant that you have ever seen.
We turn up there, but the food is outstanding. Paul, being the man that he is, befriends the barman. And before we know it, this guy's pulling out the moonshine that he's made in his attic, and we are drinking moonshine. The only recollection I have of this whole night is the photo that is on my fridge, date stamped and timed at 02:32 in the morning. All four of us wedged in a phone box. So as Dan mentioned, no, sorry, my bad. And as I mentioned earlier, we're like an escape room or two. Currently have 100% pass rate on escape rooms.
Yes, we do.
This isn't the aim. We go in there to try and lose Paul. He keeps returning like a bad smell. So I'm now going to go to the stag do. As Dan mentioned, it's absolute carnage trying to get 15 fully grown men to turn up at a set time, at a set place. That's what they've got to do.
We've done it.
Turn up and be there. And it happened. We managed to make it happen. So, I thank you for all turning up. So we arrive, we get doled up, the music's flowing, the banter's on point. And gentlemen, everybody that attended the stag do, thank you very much. Absolute pleasure to meet you, have a party with you and enjoy that weekend. So, we're out dancing, we're having a good time, and I look around and I'm like, right, I've got to check Paul's here. He's not here. It's not late either, it's only about 9:30. And then I take another look and I'm like, where's Jay? Oh no. So, quick text message on the WhatsApp, we find out they're back in a hotel room.
Oh.
Let's go see what's going on here. Paul sat on the edge of the bath, feeling a little bit rough for himself after Dan had stitched him up at losing every single event and having to have a tequila shot. Paul's now trying to take his top off, half cocked, sat on the edge of the bath. Jay's like, this is perfect. I've got this. Quick shove, Paul's on his back, in the bottom of the bath, legs and arms everywhere, shirt over his head, can't see what's going on.
Everyone's...
And then to finish it off, sit down. To finish it off, Jay turns the tap off and swims Paul in the bath. Priceless. So now Paul's had some water, he's managed to sort himself out, we're back out for the rest of the night.
Good night. What a fucking good night that was.
Saturday comes and it's paintball day. Paul's now wearing the brightest, orangest, luminous outfit you have ever seen. Easy pickings for us. So, the only game, well the last game we had to do was to go hunting. Simple as that. Shoot the stag. Happy days. So we're making good shots at Paul. Paul's trying to give it his best. He's had enough now. He's taken too many shots and he's off. He's running, he sees a gap in the hedge, head first through the hedge. What he doesn't realise is the ditch the other side is 8 feet deep. Now I'm pretty sure the thud at the bottom of that 8-foot ditch was nicer than the 36 painful bruises that we carried once we got back to the room. So I hope that was worth it, mate.
That's fact.
And a good day hunting for the boys. Saturday saw the stag party dust off their football boots. For those of you that don't know, the stag party mainly consisted of football friends that had played together and been part of a team for a long time. Needless to say, some of these people are a little bit slower than they used to be. Paul's fancying himself here. He's got the ball, he's in space. All he needs is a little pass down the line to look good. But what happens next, I can only describe as one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Somehow, he's tripped over thin air, he's folded himself up like a deck chair. He's ended up as an absolute heap on the floor. I have never seen the human body fold, flip, spring, drop and roll like Paul's did in that moment. Everybody there was in absolute stitches.
Blaming Azza.
It's got to be.
Well, this is the second one. Believe it or not, 10 minutes later, the same sort of thing happened again. Paul's tripped over thin air, tripped up, rolled, flopped, and ended up as another heap on the floor. This was it. Game over. We're leaving the football behind. It's time to move on. Saturday night saw the only rule that Paul was allowed to set. It's on you, mate. What do you want to do? No one can go to bed before 4 o'clock.
Only you, though.
4 o'clock. So needless to say, we went out, we had a great night, saw some live bands, had a cracking dance. From that night, I can remember being sat in bed and Paul was cutting around the front room and I'm like, mate, what are you doing? And he's like, don't worry about it. I was like, what time is it, Paul? And he went, you don't want to know. The sun's coming up. Needless to say, it was past 4 o'clock. We achieved our aim. So there's a few stories of Paul's ability to book us a great night out and inability to be able to stand up properly. But on a serious note, Paul, it's an absolute honour to be classed as one of your best friends, mate. You're an absolute top friend. You are a top dad to your 3 children, Mia, Alfie and Aria, and they are a testament.
Yeah, Alfie.
One
Just
child.
Alfie, just Alfie. Not me and Aria, just Alfie.
But they are an absolute testament to you both. Congratulations. Paul and Annette, I know Paul's been around forever. However,
Too long!
However, if he treats Megan half as good as he organises a night out or an event, I can safely say he's going to be in safe hands. So, to finish, Paul and Megan, I'd like you both to look into each other's eyes. You are now looking into the eyes of the person who, statistically, is most likely to murder you. And I think we all know how that goes down. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding. Upstanding, please, ladies and gentlemen, let's raise a glass to the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Spiller.